Hello everyone, and welcome to the review of Mirror Layers. Now, this came out just a couple of days ago on the 28th of December, so it barely missed out on the top 5 and bottom 5. So it's going to, even though it was 2016, it's going to technically be our first game of 2017. And wow, I do not know how to review this. We're going to have to do what we did with The Last Guardian and kind of have a back and forth and analyze someone playing the game, as when it's, because it messes with your computer, so it kind of like goes into files. So if I were to try and explain it normally, it's not possible. So what I've done is I've downloaded Markiplier's video and we're going to watch it together as kind of a bit of a reaction. But across the course of the video, I will be giving like review, we'll boot up the game straight away. I can tell you about the graphics, that's easy. But then Markiplier will basically say what he's doing and I will elaborate on that a bit more for the review, because this is the first game of its kind. Basically, it goes into your actual physical computer, because like in Undertale, in Undertale how Flowey kind of took control of your game, but it was all a joke. Like when you die to Omega Flowey, it's kind of like, you lost and I'm going to laugh, and now closing the game. So it was like, you all had this reaction like Sapilo. Yeah, you were all a bit confused, like, oh shit, he's taking control of the game. That's a bit freaky. But it was all pre-programmed. It was all in good fun. But Mirror Layers, it genuinely does mess with your computer. Like, it will read files on your computer. It will create actual physical documents on your computer. And the only way to beat the game, and no one, to my knowledge, has beaten the game so far, is to mess with things in your computer. It's weird, that's what I mean. It's weird because it's like messing with real world items. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to watch Markiplier's video together, and I will, when he says something, I'll elaborate on what that means to give you like some kind of review, because I don't know how to review this, because it's the first game of its kind to ever force you to mess this deep with files and stuff, and it also connects to the internet, so you can't solve it alone. It's like a ARG, you've got to work together as a community, and it sends files back and forth. I mean, that thing is a little bit bad because it's like you've got to see what files you're getting because you don't want viruses, but we'll get into that more when we get closer to the end, where the actual main showing of files comes up. But for now, thank you all for just listening to this pre-setup, and we are going to start Markiplier's video now, and we'll go back and forth with the review, and hopefully by the end of it we'll be able to explain it as best we can, because it's nearly unexplainable. But thanks for listening to the pre-ramble, and now let's get into the first review of the year, Mirror Layers.
Use WASD to move. You didn't, right? Okay. We ask you only to give us a part of you, part of your identity. Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to Mirror Layers. I was looking for the option menu. Oh no. I created a new directory in your documents folder that collects information about your personality. I don't know if I consented to that. Oh, so please share them with the world. Some tasks need real cooperation to be solved. Use a computer if you need help. Don't be shy. I don't know if you're gonna give me the option of being shy or not.
So you might have noticed in that little paragraph that Markiplier was reading off, it said it takes real cooperation, and the word real was in capital letters because it actually means like real cooperation, as in other people online. And don't forget to share your information, because the only way you can beat this game is to work as a team, kind of like with the Sombra ARG. You all have to work together to solve the mystery. And it talks about making real files. So I'm just going to shut up and I'm just going to skip through Markiplier's intro, because when he goes through the door, he ends up in the room and the game begins for real. And we see like the whole creation of the documents thing, so we'll get more into that in a brief second.
Oh, I did! So hello, welcome to Mirror Layers. I'm actually going to hit play now. Oh. Okay, alright. So, supposedly this is a game that messes with you, and it wait, hang on, before I even get started here, I gotta see. There's a message in my, this is the game folder. Oh, there it is. Statue input. Oh, statue output. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. Alright then. Thanks, buddy. Oh, I'm so happy about this.
So as you saw there, the game created two base folders, which was statue input and statue output, and that's going to be the main centerpiece of this game and how it messes with you and messes with your computer. Much like any game that you would install on Steam, that is just a base installation folder, and as you saw, there was nothing in it at that time. But across the course of the game, as we will see from the different actions that Markiplier is going to perform, it's going to add things to the folder, take things away from the folder, do other things in the game that correlates to the real world, and of course with the whole it takes real cooperation, you have to download stuff from other people. We're going to elaborate on that a little bit more in a moment, but you have just seen the folders being created, and that's why it's going to be a weird ride to explain once Markiplier actually gets into the game. Now, let's also just go over the graphics while he's here, because he is here in the room. I'll just leave this bit on mute now. I'll overlay him and we'll replay this bit in a moment. But as you can see, the graphics are extremely simplistic. I do feel like that does detriment the game. It is a horror game, and it does invoke some sort of paranoia when you're in the mirror world, and this fear of being alone and all this other stuff that we'll get into more when David Cage, when the real emotions kick off. But when the monsters appear and when things are happening on screen, I would have preferred to see it maybe a little bit higher resolution, because this 1990s very pixely, very low quality graphical style, while it's okay, and while I get that it works for not only the tone of the game but also some of the puzzles, because some of the puzzles involve looking really closely at things, and if it was high res you'd be able to understand what the image is straight away, whereas it's made pixely on purpose so that you can't quite make out what certain words are or what certain images is. So while the graphics, I get why they did it, I think they could have probably got away with, you know, at least going with Slenderman, at least going with a little bit higher graphical style. I mean, the colours all fit the mood perfectly. Like when we go from this world to the mirror world and we see the shift in colour palettes, all the colours are great. They look absolutely fantastic and fit the mood depending on what room and what scene we're doing. But the actual graphical quality, I feel like it could have been a little bit better. But let's continue.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh jeez. Command list, help. Oh. Oh! Oh boy! This is literally a public group about mirror layers. I finished it, it was amazing. I really like the way the computer in the game affects my real computer in real life. When I type documents into the prompt in the game, it opens up the files on my computer. What? When I type in help, it brings me to this page. Oh no. Tape that says dad forever needs it? What? What does that mean? Oh no, does anybody have key 2? I have key 3. Oh no. Oh my god. That's amazing. That's amazing. I don't remember my type in dir. Oh, yeah, it goes to the documents folder. Holy shit.
And here's where we get to see the main thing about the game. So when Markiplier typed in help, it took him to that Facebook page, and that's what it means from the beginning, where it said that to beat this game, it takes real cooperation, as in real life people need to cooperate in order to beat the game. And you may have also saw where it said, here is the dad tape for anybody who needs it, and I have key 2, does anybody have key 3? And this is why it takes real cooperation. It's why it's so interesting, because when you're playing the game, you don't actually have all the pieces to solve the puzzle. You will be given one piece, and you need to cooperate with other players to get the other pieces. Again, as we will see across the course of Markiplier's playthrough, he will be given box 4, but he will have key 2. So someone else out there in the world needs to give him key 4, and he needs to give them key 2. Now, obviously, this is coming to the file sharing part, which we are going to see a file be shared, and that's where some of the very bad stuff about mirror layers comes in. But this is why I really enjoy it. This is the part of the game that I enjoy the most, and why it's so bizarre and the first thing of its kind, because you actually have to cooperate with real people, and you don't have all the pieces. You have to give pieces to people, and they have to give you pieces. Now, of course, when it said, going back to the dad one, here is dad for anybody who needs it, that is another puzzle which we'll see later on, and that one involves like a lot more messing. So even if you are given the piece itself, you don't just get given the piece, you have to go into your computer and translate the piece. So now you can see why it's starting to get really hard to kind of like review it as a singular review, because again, once we get to the dad part and we actually get given the dad file, it's not about just getting the piece that you're missing, it's then also about doing the piece. So yeah, let's move on, and we'll start to get into the actual sharing of files and how the mirror world interacts with our own.
Oh my god, that's so cool! Oh, okay. And also moderately terrifying. So, I think I've prefaced everything that I needed to preface in this game. It's basically a game that just dicks with you the whole time. That is actually what time it is in my real life here. So, oh, that's so bizarre. Oh, that's so weird. Okay.
And as Markiplier just stated with the clock there, it will read certain aspects of your computer, like your system clock, to really start messing with you, because you don't exactly know how much it's reading on your computer. Now, it is, I will just tell you all this, it is only reading minor things like your system clock to know what time it is. Don't worry if you've got passwords and stuff on your computer. It's not reading any kind of crazy documents. It's only reading your basic information. So it's reading your system clock, and it's reading any sort of username that's on your computer. So if you have got more than one person using your computer, it will read that, and it will tell, like, if it ever needs to give a name or something to do with that account, it's reading the basic Windows account. So it's like, oh, hello, Dark Blue Fire Luna, I see you're logged in today, because that is reading, like, the account. Now, just say there was me, Dark Blue, Valora, and Real, right? So that's 4 people. Whichever account is on Mirrored Layers is the one it'd read. So if I'm playing it, it'd be like, oh, hi, Spyro. Or if Real was playing it, it'd be like, oh, hi, Real. So don't worry, it's not reading any kind of passwords or any sort of private documents. It's only reading basic system settings like the system clock and any information you put in when creating like your account. So whether it be the admin account or a minor account that's on the PC.
Did I hear a drippy droppy? Okay. I just hear a lot of tick-tocking, and I don't know what else is going on. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, nice shoes. Hi. Okay. Hello. Hi. How are you? Oh, you have boobs and no arms and no face. A connection between this world and the one you're living in. Oh, okay. All right then. Oh no. Oh no. The fuck was that? I'm hearing a lot of noises for being here, hopefully by myself. Can I knife someone? Can I pick up the knife? Can I pick up the... Was that me? Was that me? That wasn't me. I was just trying to pick up a broom.
And this is now where we get to analyse the music. So, just first of all, that statue, that's how you communicate with everybody on the Facebook group or other players that are playing. So, when you get a specific item that you do not require, again, we're about to see the chest that Markiplier gets, chest 4 to key 2. He needs key 4, not key 2, so you throw key 2 into the statue and that sends it to the Facebook group and then they can send it back to you. I'm not sure if it's the Facebook group itself or if it's like a server that's running mirrored layers, but the main point is you throw your unwanted items into the statue, it gets uploaded to a server and someone who's thrown an item in will spit the item out. So that's how it connects the game world to the real world internet. That's what the connection between the game and the real world is. So that's just all the statue does. But I like the text of the connection between this world and the one that you are living in. But now, as Markiplier was walking around the house there, you did see him making some pretty scared faces, and he was saying, I'm hearing a lot of tick-tocking, and this brings us into the actual music, of which there is very little. There are some stinger sound effects when monsters do appear, and there is some eerie music in the mirror world at certain points, but for the most point, there is no music whatsoever in Mirror World, and I think that's completely fine, as the way that the game is structured and the way that the horror theme is set up in this particular game, it makes you want to feel alone, it makes you want to feel helpless and paranoid, so it wants you to jump at every little noise that you hear. So it is all nothing but ambient noises. Sometimes you get a slightly creepy low, it's very low, you can hardly hear it. Sometimes you get a very low, creepy music in the mirror world, but that's only like when the monster's about to appear. I guess it's just so you know when to get out of there, but sometimes even that doesn't play and a light will just go off and you'll shit your pants and start running back to the mirror to try and get back to your world. So music non-existent, but there is a lot of ambient noises to really start messing with you and really make you think that there's something there. Because in the end, where that door slammed, that was not Markiplier. He didn't do that. The game made the door slam. But when you're in the real world, for the beginning of the game, like where he is now, so when you're in the mirror world, 90% of the time you are safe. There is nothing there. But sometimes the door will slam to make you think there's something there. So all of the ambient noises work really well in building this tense, paranoid atmosphere.
So I need to have a bit more intelligent commentary than just, oh boy. Yeesh. Yeesh. Why do I have no reflect? Hi! Hi! Hello! Oh no. Okay, are you dead? You better be dead! I hope you're dead! I mean, that's a weird thing for me to say, but you know what? I just... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Scoob. Oh, hello. Hi. Oh, it's a mirror world. I get it. I can't use this computer. This computer's off. Am I alone here? That's the biggest question on my mind. What the hell is that? I don't like it. Oh god. Oh god. Fuck. Oh god. What is this? Hello? Can I have these? Hello? 4. I don't know. Hello, thank you. I got a 4. Are there 4 boxes? Good jeez. Fucking stop. Just stop! Jesus. Okay, so I found the 4 box. Oh god, these clocks are all wrong. That's not my time. Time doesn't exist in this place. Oh, what's that? I got a 2! I'm sorry! The fuck is that? Oh, hi! You're not the Grim Reaper or Cthulhu! Oh, boy. Oh, hey! Oh, fuck. God damn it. Fucking asshole. Oh, fuck, dude. What is that? Hey, what is that? Is that or is that not a thing? I need to know! Right now! Oh, fuck, dude. What is that? Ah, fucking what the fuck? Oh my god! Okay, alright, everything's fine.
And now we come to the point where we actually see the 2 core gameplay mechanics. So the first, obviously, is the fact that Markiplier has found box 4 and key 2. This is the fact that key 4 does not exist in his game. He now has to work out that he must trade key 2 via the statue in the normal world to get the key 4 to unlock the box in the mirror world. And the other one that you saw near the end is the man in the mirror, which is the it's basically the monster, and it's also the thing that is going to hinder your progress. So while in the mirror world, you have a set amount of time to do what you need to do before you have to get out and do your things in the normal world. So you have to flick back and forth between the 2 worlds. So in this first puzzle, Markiplier has found box 4 and he has found key 2. That's all he needs to do in the mirror world for the first puzzle. Now the puzzles do get a lot more advanced and you will have to jump back and forth a lot more in the later puzzles. But for now, he's found box 4 and key 2, and that's all he needs to do in the mirror world. And now in the real world, he needs to work out that he's got to give key 2 to the statue to get key 4 back. Now, with the man in the mirror, he is on a timer, and that's why it becomes quite difficult to do what you want in the mirror world, because if you stay there too long, the man in the mirror will come out and he will kill you. So how can I explain the next part of the man in the mirror? Basically, like, he's going to come out and kill you, and he is on a set time limit, but at the same time this time limit decreases, and at the same time it can also increase, and it will have certain different stings, and this is where the sound effects really shine and are really at their best, because as you heard at the end, the first time, and that's a scripted event, by the way, him coming out of the mirror the very first time. The first time the man in the mirror came out, it had that distinct sting noise. Like, Markiplier looked at the mirror and it was like, and that was the stinger noise of the man in the mirror coming out. And every so often, that will be the case. Like, it'll start to get you into this comfort zone where you might be doing a puzzle. It doesn't matter whether it's this one with the boxes or later ones with cassettes and codes and books and things. But every so often you'll hear that distinct stinger and it's like, right, the man in the mirror is out. I need to get back to the normal world to reset his timer. And you'll fall into this safeness. You'll feel safe. Then you'll hear the stinger and you'll be like, right, I need to get back. But then when you go towards back towards the normal mirror, he's not there. And you think, wait a minute, he's not there. And then you'll hear it again, and he's still not there. So you don't know what's going on. And then you won't hear any kind of noise. You'll just hear a light going off or some other noise, and you'll think, oh, it's just an ambient noise. But no, it's the man in the mirror coming to kill you. Because as Markiplier showed with that first one, he was hearing ambient noises, and he was saying, is there or is there not a thing? But there was not a thing, it was just the ambient noises. So that was trying to program him to be like, the ambient noises are just a thing, and then the distinctive sting is him coming out the mirror. But then later on, that won't be the case, and you can't always rely on the stinger. You've just got to be paranoid at absolutely everything. And when you hear a noise, you need to get in and get out as quickly as possible. The other thing is, every time you enter the mirror world, the timer will decrease. Sometimes it'll increase to throw you off, but 90% of the time, the timer will decrease. So you have less and less time to do what you need to do in the mirror world before you've got to get out. So later on in the game, when you've only got 30 seconds maximum to get in, find the items you need or find the clues you need and get out, it becomes quite challenging. But it is a nice steady progression. You know, it starts off at about 2 minutes, as you saw with Markiplier, and it'll decrease at about 10 seconds every time you go in. So it does increase at a very nice steady pace. The difficulty curve is nice and steady.
I spat a lot more than I intended to, and also I expected today to be a day where my voice could recover. I haven't even talked to you guys this whole time. I've been a bit preoccupied with not dying. Oh, oh God, what's on my screen? Oh no. Oh jeez, can I put this? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, okay, you're just gonna ignore all the random text on my screen. Oh no. Help me! Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, man, what does that mean? Does anybody have key 2? I have key 2! Oh. Oh, I get it. I get it. Does anybody have key 2? I have key 3. I have key 2. I have box 4. I need key 4. I have key 2. Oh, man. Oh, that's so crazy. How do I give them key 2? How do I give key 2?
And now you see where the genius of this game actually comes in, where you have to work together as a team to be able to solve the game. As Markiplier just said there, he's worked out that he has box 4 and needs key 4, and worked out that that other guy needs key 2, and now he's just trying to figure out how he gives them key 2. We know from this review that it's the statue, but he doesn't know that yet, and this is why it's such a cool concept. It's such an amazing concept that the game, you need to work as a team to solve it, and it's not just like, oh, you can look it up on game FAQs. No, it actually, even if you look it up on game FAQs or something, yes, you know the answer, but you still don't have the keys. Like, even if Markiplier was to look up this on game FAQs, yeah, he has the answer, but he still doesn't have key 4 for box 4. So it's really amazing how you have to work together as a team, and I've never seen a game like this which actually involves real teamwork and having to trade items in the game to other players to progress in the game. Now, this is going to be brought up more in the final verdict, because obviously, if it is on a server, how long will the server run? Does it depend on how many people are playing? Because if there's no one playing but you, that means you can't get the key pieces, so you can't beat the game. So we'll come back to that a little bit more in the final verdict, but I just wanted to show how awesome it was. And just before we go back to the first part of the video, I downloaded his second part to continue with the mechanics, because once he gets key 2, he has to work out, and he doesn't work it out in the first video. That's why I got the second video, to show him going into his files. But even when you've got different keys and different things, you still have to decode stuff. So just before we go back to the key 2 video, I'm going to quickly show you a clip from his second part where he drops a book into the statue, and then he opens a file and the book is something different. So let's just look at that to continue to show you how you, even if you have the key pieces, you still have to translate the key pieces.
What the fuck was I trying to remember? That's right. Okay, so we got D12, which relates to 1245. And then we've got other letters that come in other tapes that go in to the statue input, which I've got right here. Fuck, I am hearing those steppy sounds everywhere I go. So, yeah, I see something on the side, but I can't tell what it is. This definitely hasn't been there. 3 seconds. What does that mean? Hey, fuck, hey, fuck you, fuck! Okay, so I'm gonna take this with me. Okay, so 8FZK. Maybe if I put them through the statue, they're gonna tell me something. So I'm gonna put this one through the statue and see what it means. So if I put this here, boop. Okay, transfer to your world. I go to the output folder. Death. Oh, death. Oh, good old death. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna put this in the books. So let me try lowercase QEBK. QEBK. Ah! F77F. Oh, wait, is that Morse code? Hang on. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Druid Sandstorm. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So maybe that last one's long, but I'm gonna assume QEBK. Okay, so if I put this over here, QEBK is, it's ... long. ... Okay, so is, yeah, let me take out this first one. This one was wait, was this one? Yeah, that's 5. That's Darude Sandstorm. ... Okay. ... Okay, then we got 21UC. That was 5 short. That was definitely 5 short. And then the last one is, oh wait, no, the F77F was so QFZK. QFZK. That was it! That was the one! QFZK! 8FZK. 8FZK, not Q8. So 8FZK. So I didn't need to bring them over here. It's saying book position. So maybe I gotta like put them back. So 8FZK, not Q. 8. 8. 8FZK. Yeah, long, short. Okay, so I got these coordinates. I don't see, oh, hey, look, there's a chest. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, okay. So, shit. Fucking, I don't know what this means to this. Shit.
So as you can see, even after you've done all of your trading and you have all the pieces to the puzzle you need, like the books for example, we did all of our trading, we've got all 4 books, but other people have got different books, and maybe you've got one of the wrong 4 books, so you might have to trade with another person to get the right 4 books. But even once you've done all of your trading and you've got the 4 books, you still won't be able to solve where they go on the shelf or what the puzzle is until you've put the books into your computer, you've got the Morse code out of it, and then you've got to translate the Morse code. So yes, you have all the pieces to the puzzle, but you still need to translate how those pieces fit together. And obviously, if you don't know Morse code, then you have to go do your research, you have to get on Google, get a Morse code translator. So not only does it like do this brand new idea of actually working together as a community and having to trade with each other to get all the pieces, but even after you've done all your trading and you've got all the pieces, you then still need to translate all the pieces to make them fit where they need to fit. So it really adds, like, I play a lot of puzzle games like Fez, and after I got all the pieces and I had to sit down and, like Markiplier, write out the Morse code, or it depends, because others, like, you know, like how Pokemon, the Regis use Braille, but it's kind of like that. They use different communication methods to solve later puzzles. But, you know, every time I had to sit down and get a pen and paper out and write down the Morse code or the Braille, then start getting a translator and translating it through, I felt so clever solving the puzzles, and I really like the puzzling aspect. So while it is horror and it's creating that sense of dread, especially because in the later part of the game, the man in the mirror can come into the real world if you're not careful, just sitting there and translating all the puzzles, it makes you feel good when you finally translate out everything right and you solve the puzzle. So you had to help other people and they had to help you, and then you solve the puzzle with the pieces that you were given, and it really does. I like that. I really like how those mechanics work. Of course, we now get into the trading, so I will play the last part of Markiplier's video before we get into the final verdict, which is about the trading and why this game, first of its kind, I understand, but it's still a little bit risky. So let's watch that final part now, and then we'll move into the final verdict.
I have key. Oh wait, all keys here. Key 2 is loneliness.mirror. That's a bit risky. Clicking on a random download link. I'll do it though. I'll do it for you guys because I love you. let me do a little antivirus, you know, protection. If you're gonna be playing this game, and I highly recommend you do, definitely watch what you download. Be very careful out there. Scan it before you open it. All that stuff. Oh no, what does Frazzy mean? Please, oh God. Please let me live near your world. I only want to. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But I need key 4. So I put this in input. Is it the sound of something crawling through one of my mirrors, or is that good? So if the statue... Oh. Oh my God. Oh my... I didn't even restart my game. Oh my God. And a connection between this world and the one you were in. That makes so much sense! That's so cool! That is ludicrously cool! What the hell? So if I put... Wait, I have an idea. If I put my key... But if I throw it in the statue... Transfer to your world? What? Oh! Oh my God! It's there! What? That's so cool! Oh man, I'm losing my voice already. Oh my God, that is the coolest. That is one of the most unique things I've ever seen in a game, let alone a horror game. But now the problem is, I have to go back into the mirror. Oh no! Oh, I don't wanna. I don't have a reflection, but my key do.
So yes, as Markiplier just said, be careful what files you're sharing, which brings us in to the file sharing itself. So this game is not on Steam. It is a game you can download from Game Jolt, which means that it's not attached to any kind of service. It's a .exe that you run on your computer at your own risk. Now, of course, the actual main file of Mirrored Layers itself is on a respectable site of Game Jolt, and it's clearly clean. It's clearly clean from viruses, but that doesn't mean that all of the files that are being shared are. So if you do need a different key piece, a different cassette, a different book, you obviously have to rely on the community, and you have to hope that the file you're getting is not a virus. So before you open anything, do scan with your antivirus software. And this could be a problem as the game gets later on into its lifespan. As of right now, the game is fresh, it's new, it's only just come out, and nobody has solved it, to my knowledge. I think maybe a lot of people are on the final puzzles, but nobody has cracked Mirror Layers or the final puzzle as of yet. The community is still working together. So there is minimal, if any, toxic players. I know that's more of a shooter term, but there is minimal toxic players as it stands right now. So while everybody's still trying to break the final puzzle and see the final secret, obviously all the files are going to be clean, or 90% of them are going to be clean, because we just want to see what it all leads up to. But once that final puzzle is solved, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to start being dicks. They're going to start putting viruses into... And, as bad as it is to say it, they are going to start doing this. They are going to start putting viruses into the little text documents that you need to get the keys. And the second you put that into the Mirrored Layers, it can easily open and actually read like anything it needs to, be it passwords, credit card information. And it really does suck that that's the case. I mean, ways around this might have been to make it on Steam, so that you can... I mean, even then, I don't know how the Steam Workshop works in its entirety. But I think, being the first of its kind, it's going to pave the way for other games like this that encourage file sharing, which will obviously increase the risk of viruses, which is a bad thing, but at the same time, I think if anybody wants to copy Mirrored Layers, it's going to have to go through Steam, and any file sharing that's done should be done through something like the Steam Workshop, where it's pretty hard to get a virus through the Steam Workshop because Steam has to review it, or however it works. So I think in future, any games like this which will require file sharing, because I do want to see more games where, like this one, I do want to see more games where the community gets together, but I think in future any community-based games like Mirrored Layers will have to be done via a reputable source, and any file sharing will have to be done by that source's own sharing service. So again, like Steam, for example, the keys will be on the workshop. I mean, obviously, that would kind of defeat the purpose, because anybody could just download the key. I don't know exactly how it would work, but as I say, in future, if other games are going to do this file sharing community-based game, the file sharing has to be moderated in some way. It has to be... It has to go through some sort of scan. Even then, you'll still scan it yourself. You should be scanning it yourself. But I think there'll need to be some sort of quality control on the files that get shared to whatever source it's uploaded to, because it's going to open up like, hey, I've got key 2. It's totally not a virus. So yes. That is a very big issue. As I say, right now, everybody just wants to crack the final puzzle, so there isn't that much negativity or toxic players around that are going to do that. But do be if you are planning on getting this game, do be very careful with what you're downloading, and always scan things with your virus scanner. I use malware antibiotic. What's it called? I think that's what it's called. I use malware, anti-malware, malware bites. So get malware bites, that's a good one. Make sure you're staying safe. So yeah, we'll just move on to the final verdict now, and yeah, let's do that. So, my final verdict for Mirrored Layers is a above average 4 out of 5. For the first game of the year, it's a really good one. First of all, we've got this brand new amazing concept of having to work together as a team in order to beat the game. So you can't just run through it. You need the help of other people to give you items that you haven't got, and you have to give them items that you've got. Then we've also got the very well put together intricate little puzzles, like as we saw in the video, dropping the book into the output to change the book's code to death, and then putting it into the PC to get the Morse code, and then translating the Morse code. Like, it takes a lot of effort to translate the puzzles, but they are really well designed, clever puzzles, much like Fez. The graphics are a little bit on the lackluster side and do drag it down a bit, but I think the atmosphere that it goes for, with the slightly lower art style and all of the different ambient noises to get you really paranoid, can make up for the graphical downgrade. Obviously, the whole file sharing thing and the fact that people are probably going to be dicks and put viruses in it does again drag it down. I know that's not really the game's fault, but if you're going to be making a game like this, then you're going to have to find a way of negating this whole virus thing as best as possible, because as of right now, people are just putting all of the files that you need on AdFly and Mega Upload, and, you know, sites that can easily be manipulated to put viruses into your files. In the future, we're probably going to need some sort of official download site, be it the Steam Workshop or whatever it is. However, it is a really creative game. It is the first game of its kind, and I'm glad that I got to be here for the first ever game like this. It's very creative for what it is, and considering it's free, that is a really good move. Like, I would have expected, and if I were a price point man, I would have paid about $5 for this on Steam, probably a little bit more. So considering you're making it free and you're already doing this good with free games, I would really like to see what the indie developers of that particular game can come up with in the future. Because they have, I wouldn't say they've outdone themselves. Well, yeah, they have. I was going to say they haven't outdone themselves, and in terms of all the little elements, they haven't, you know, the sound effects, while they fit the area, are sound effects that are, you know, we've heard them before. The graphics, a little bit on the lackluster side, so they haven't really outdone themselves on all the small elements. But when you put them all together into the one big thing, then they've really outdone themselves by making this very unique, creative puzzle game that you have to work together to solve. So good job there, guys. As I say, there's no music, but the ambient noises really make it a tense game. Really puts you on edge, because you have to get paranoid at every little sound in case it is the man in the mirror coming to get you. And yeah, that's about all there is to it. We've done the file sharing, done the graphics and the music, and that's really all it was. It was just mainly this new creative gimmick, and I want to see more games do this. And I do think it was a fantastic game, and the puzzles were really well designed, and it did remind me of Fez, where you can't just put a thing in a thing. You've got to sit there and, you know, translate the Morse code. So good job there. So that's the first game of the year. It was a weird one to go through, but don't worry, the next review, which should be coming in 2 days, because I think it comes out tomorrow, is one that I'm a lot more familiar with. I think you all know what that is. But for now, Thank you all for watching. If you did indeed enjoy this review, then please do feel free to leave a like, it really does help out. If you don't want to miss any of the content now coming across 2017, because this is basically the true first video of 2017, Happy New Year everybody! If you don't want to miss out on any of the content coming in 2017, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bing the bell so you don't lose the subscription. And of course there are links below to all my other stuff like Deviant, Twitter if you want to see what I'm uploading, and Patreon if you want to go that extra mile. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you tomorrow. 'Cause, oh boy, I'm excited. You all know what's coming out.
Welcome to the Mirror World!
Who are you?
I am Mr. Susan, guardian of the mirrors. What do you seek, stranger?
I'm just looking for my mate Howard. He's in limbo.
Ah, limbo bimbo. One of these mirrors does lead to limbo, but only one. You must choose wisely, for there are over 17 mirrors in the Mirror World.
Mirror world? It's not really a mirror world, is it? It's more of a small room.
What? Well, no. It isn't large, but a mirror will make a room appear larger. And anyway, you failed to take into account my mirror balls. Look at them shine. Look at them shine. Look at them shine. Look at them shine. Oh! Look at them shining. Oh, it's cold.